गणपतिं भावये आनन्दनर्तन गणपतिं भावये
Happy 77th Independence to the people present here. The great thing started from 10th century when India was called the golden world of the world, and many invaders came, invaded, and they looted us. At last we were left with nothing 77 years ago. But we should remember that our studies, our education system is not teaching us the people like we ruled them, but they're teaching us only who ruled us, like the Mughals, the Britishers. They teach everything a bit of that, but not how we ruled our country before that. Chola dynasty, Chela dynasty, Pandyas, Mauryas, many were there, but still we are not taught that deep in that. So in the earlier 10th century, we were called the golden bird because of our rich heritage, rich culture, rich tradition, and many more of our sources which we were supplying to other countries at that time itself. Even when the countries were searching for the languages, we are writing the scriptures at that time. But today, many of us don't even know the scripture's name also. So the thing is, we need to learn the culture and the tradition which was followed by our ancestors, our elder generations also. And the education system should give more priority towards the not only about the independent period or the mid 19th century, but also before that, when our rulers ruled our country.
Namo 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 Bharatambe Namo 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 Bharatambe Sarvatirtha Swarupini Kashahi Kashasi Mata Tvam hi Sarva Prakashika Namo Namo Bharatambe Gurustvam Jagatapara Veda Vedanta Gambhire Nirvana Sukadayini Namo 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 Bharatambe Namo Namo
देश मेरे मेरी शान है तू देश मेरे मेरी शान है तू देश मेरे मेरी शान है तू देश मेरे मेरी शान है तू
जब छा गया है आकाश पर अब तिरंगा भरे भरे मन गर्व से है लहरा गया जब तिरंगा लोगों देखो छा गया है आकाश पर अब तिरंगा है वतन
सदियों से भारत भूमि दुनिया की शान है भारत माँ की रक्षा में जीवन कुर्बान है भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है सबसे न्यारा गुलिस्तान हमारा है वंदे
थोड़ी सी धूल मेरी धरती की मेरे वतन की, थोड़ी सी धूल मेरी धरती की मेरे वतन की, थोड़ी सी खुशबू वाली से मस्त पवन की, थोड़ी सी धोखने वाली धक 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 सांसों जिनमें हो जुनू जुनू हो बूंदे लाल लहू की।
Probably today as an independent India or thinking about an independence, I can, feel so. Apart from that, this is a very beautiful land with lots of diverse cultures, and I would definitely like to end my speech with a great saint poet, Tyagaraja of the 1817. He tells, Yendaro Mahanubhavulu, Andariki na Vandanamuలు. A quick translation is, I do not know among us who are all great here, but then my salutations to each one of you. Thank you very much for giving me this.
So basically the focusing on our education system. Okay, being an educational institution, I just thought let me tell you or brief you about what kind of educational system was far I can't even imagine the 5th century I'm talking about. We are in now, in 2023, right? So, how advanced we were. I don't know if we take another 500 years also, I don't know whether we can reach to that level. If we can really do some efforts to reach to that at least 20% or 30% of that kind of a knowledge, I'm sure I think we will be on a different level altogether. So, when I talk about the 5th century or in and around the 5th century, the India was known to be a Veda Bhumi, the land of knowledge, right? The land of knowledge, the Veda Bhumi, India was known to be. I just mentioned a couple of things. I'm sure you must have heard about this. It was classified in 6 broad categories. 6 broad categories: Shruti, Smriti, Puranam, Itihasam, Agamam, Siddhartham, right? Siddhantam. So these are the system which was talking about entire thing. When I talk about the Shruti talk about all Vedas. So Vedas, not only the the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda we have seen, but what is the content of these Vedas? The Veda, the Rig Veda, it talks about the praise, narrates the praising the elements of nature and cosmos, which was talking about. I'm talking about again, I'm just reminding the 5th century, in and around 5th century, what we were, right? Yajur Veda. Yajur means the worship. Yajur means the worship, narrates the different procedure of worship. Sama Veda, which means the song, that means the narrates the music-driven format, recite the Vedas with ease form. Atharva Veda, which means for the stable mind, narrates the rule for a steady state in a day-to-day activities. So this is regarding the Shruti, but when it comes to the Smriti, This is written by saints and the saints based on their experience and then the experiences, how much it will take. Coming back to the Puranam, Puranam is a historical documentation. We have almost 18 Puranas in a 10-dimensional documentation, all written by Vedavasa. So such a rich history, such a rich content we had it earlier. Conserve our rich history and try to follow whatever it is available and see how we can apply to our day-to-day life. And definitely it is a well-balanced educational system which we had it earlier.
Also from 1750s to 1947, about 190 years. 100 years in the guise of something like, trade. And another 90 years as brutal rulers. British were here. In the same land where we are today. Our own forefathers had very tough time. Remember, they had no freedom. They know the value of the freedom. They knew it. They actually fought for a very long period of time, very deep struggle they had to make sure that they make this country a free country, a sovereign country which can rule by itself. And they all knew very well that they would not enjoy the fruits of their struggle. Yes or no? They were sure that they are not going to survive that freedom struggle to enjoy the fruits of that. But still, they put their life into it, wealth into it, near and dear ones into it, everything into it, entire life into it. For whose benefit, for whose joy? It's for us. They made sure that we are going to live in a very free society kind of a thing. That's the kind of sacrifice that they did. In 1947, when British left us, we were having lots of complex issues. You can name it: poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, underdevelopment, casteism, religions, untouchability, right? Or language issues. In fact, we had a diverse kind of situation here. None of those countries had. With this kind of a situation, like very complex, very paining issues, this country could actually rise up like a phoenix from ashes. And today, you are seen by the entire world as one of the best countries, one of the strongest countries. You must clap for yourselves for this. But today, I'll tell you, because of the white revolution, which is a milk revolution, I'll tell you, India is the largest producer of milk in the world, Mike. Today we are one of the largest producer of grains, and I'll tell you, with respect to rice, we contribute more than 45% of the world's production in India. And because Prime Minister very recently put an embargo on the export of non-basmati rice, so many countries are struggling hard to find rice today. Imagine how we are feeding this world today then. That is because of the green revolution, pulses, cereals, grains we could produce in enormous quantity. Have you heard of Blue Operation Ocean? It is called as a Blue Revolution. Blue Revolution is about the aquaculture like that. Likewise, India had mission-oriented activities in all these 77 years, and we have been able to produce enormous things for us. If you look at defense technology, I just cannot forget how the defense people are doing. In fact, we are the 4th largest and strongest military in the world. 4th largest. Where we were in 1947, where are we today? Every big country wants to have collaborative or joint exercise with the country, with India, whether it is naval or whatever it is. We should be proud of that. Digital technologies, no need to mention. You all know that we have Aadhaar, which no other country can have this kind of a digital platform. Aadhaar. And Aadhaar, built with the mobiles as well as Jan Dhan, has done wonderful things to include everybody into development over there. And no other country. Look at medicine technologies. COVID vaccine, what we did wonders. We could develop it so fast compared to any other country, maybe on par with other countries, and we could also share these technologies or maybe life-saving medicines to so many other countries which could not afford to do that. And that's how India is seen in a different frame altogether by the entire world today. That way, whether it is digital technologies, space technology, atomic technologies, medical technologies, education, sports, literature, entertainment for that matter, everywhere, in every walk of life, India has done tremendously well today. today, on this 77th celebration of Independence Day, we must rededicate ourselves. We must re-promise ourselves that we'll do something or the other at individual level, at the group level, community level, and the country level to make sure that the education standards of these institutions go up. Not just this institution, for that matter, any education institution go up. We take it in a very serious way to make sure that the generation in the future don't curse us.